So the thing is that I was expecting Todd Hutchings to beat Lachlan Adair either 4-1 or maybe even 4-2, but I was proven wrong. Welcome Arm Wrestling fans, I'm Pradeep from Arm Wrestling News. The super match card on 8th of January for the Western guys and 9th of January for us Eastern guys is over now. I think the card was good. There were some complaints. We are going to discuss this in probably this video or maybe in the next video. So in this match, out of the four, we are going to talk about two super matches. Damon Ransom versus Robert Kelly and Todd Hutchings versus Lachlan Adair. So first Damon versus Robert Kelly. I predicted Damon to win that match but with a flop press, but Damon hooked him every time, or maybe they both went for the hook and Damon beat him very comfortably 3 pins to 0. He looked the stronger dude, but seeing two amateurs fight on a pay-per-view event is good, at least good for me. And the match was good. It wasn't boring, like way better than what I expected. So kudos to you guys. You did a great job. So one of the biggest hype matches this month, Todd Hutchings versus Lachlan Adair. Like Ryan Bowen was hyping this match up like really crazy levels. And how did this match go? Although Ryan says that we all can use his footage from his channel, but still I'm not going to use it. Maybe one round if my mind changes. Let's see what happens. So Ryan had clearly said before this match that this is not even close. It is going to be a 6-0 win for Lachlan Adair, and he even had a private $1,000 bet on this match. So how did this match go? Round 1, Todd Hutchings was on the right side, Lachlan Adair was on the left side for the viewers, and Todd Hutchings went first even before Travis let go of their hands. And there he cupped Lachlan Adair and he really sucked him in. Although it was a false start, but still I was doing a live commentary, and even with that false start, I kind of said that man, Lachlan is looking in great trouble here. Even if with a false start, but it looked like Lachlan was trying to engage somewhat, and still Todd sucked him in completely. To me, at that point, it looked like the match is almost over. And after that, they regripped again, and Lachlan Adair surprisingly went for a slip, and he did a complete underhand bailing out slip, which would have been called a loss under WAF rules. So surprisingly, Todd was not running away. Lachlan Adair was running away for the straps. That was really surprising, and Todd looked like he also had a stronger hand in this match. So the match started once again. Todd put the brakes on. Actually, he did not put the brakes on. He was the initiator. Lachlan had to put the brakes on, which was amazing. Again, really surprisingly, like everyone was expecting that Lachlan's only weapon to win this match could have been his speed, and speed failed him in round 1 against Todd Hutchings, who is not really a fast puller. Todd Hutchings was the first one to go. He held him there about for 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. He tried to pin, he couldn't. Ref gave it a pin. To me, it did not look like a pin. But maybe it was. It was only a question of whether it is a pin right now or 2, 3 seconds from now. Because Lachlan was completely hanging from his bicep for his dear life. There was no way he was coming back from that. So maybe the referee saved him a couple of seconds of extra effort, useless effort. So round 1, 1-0, Todd Hutchings. And I don't think after that any match went to the straps. Round 2, they started in a hook. Not started in a hook, but they both went in a hook. And again, Todd Hutchings was faster than Lachlan Adair. So Ryan Bowen stopped saying Lachlan is fast. Lachlan did not look fast against Todd Hutchings. So again, round 2, went inside a hook, pinned him comfortably in a hook without any problem at all. Probably 10 seconds at most it took him. And Ryan Bowen was saying that the worst case scenario is that Lachlan Adair loses in long grinding 20-30 second wars, 25-second wars. And I don't think any of the rounds went that far. So Todd Hutchings was really dominant, and like I said, that the only weapon that he may have to shock Todd Hutchings is his speed, and he clearly did not have that weapon. So round 3, again same story, pinned him inside a hook, maybe 5-10 seconds easily. Round 4, Todd almost flash pinned him, or either it was round 3, I don't remember exactly. But Todd looked in complete control. After that 4-0 victory, there wasn't much left. In round 6, Todd tried to give him something to fight. Lachlan tried to get behind his shoulder. It was not working. And then Todd rubbed his head. and that was a funny moment to see. Todd Hutchings really dominant over Lachlan Adair, 6-0 victory. They said that it is a race to 4, so first one to win 4 wins clearly. So why did they go for the next 2 rounds, or why didn't they just call it a best of 6 if they had to go all 6 rounds? Not best of 6, but 6 match super match like they do in PAL and King of the Table, like that. I had been saying for a long time that the closer match that makes a lot more sense would have been Corey West versus Lachlan Adair, but that match wouldn't have made sense to travel that much from Australia to US, spend that much money, promoters' money, your own money. So this match kind of made sense, but in my opinion, it was not that close. Definitely, I thought it is going to be closer than that, but not that close to be like 3-3 or in favor of Lachlan Adair. Definitely wasn't that much. So, guys, Todd is still the man in the hook. If you are not like lightning fast, you can finish Todd even before he engages. Or if you are not a top roller, there is a good chance that you cannot beat Todd Hutchings no matter who you are in the world. If you are less than 120 kilos, maybe. Guys like Dave Chaffee can do it slowly, but not many guys, definitely. Todd Hutchings is the man. And please subscribe for the next video. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who thinks like you. My name is Pradeep, and I thank you so much for watching.